Does bone broth boost testosterone? Well, gentlemen, it does. I thought of that. I thought of that. That's mine. That's mine. Feel free to use it. Remember where you got it. It's good stuff. It tastes good and it's good for you. And that's the whole trick. That's what I'm trying to do, is find stuff that is good for me, but also tastes good. Because oh boy, got a nice hill coming up. Almost there. Almost there. Woo! All right. Nice. All right, let's pull over here for a second. Cemetery. Full of people that probably thought they could never be replaced. Hey, so I wanted to let you in on an inside joke. The whole abs picture that might have caused you to click on this video, well, that's a joke between my wife and I. She is a nurse, and she was working with her co-workers, and one of them was saying, my husband has kind of let himself go. Bums me out. And my wife says, I can't get my husband to stop showing me his damn abs. So she sent me this, she's traveling now. She sent me this text message, show me those abs. And I'm like, do you like them better in the morning light, diffused through the blinds, and all this goofy stuff? At the end of the day, yeah, that's where my, taking my health and my fitness seriously, nice rewards like that. And getting a compliment from my wife one morning flipped a switch in my head where I said, I ain't never going back. I had my back turned to her. I was making coffee at the sink, and she said, good morning, sexy muscle man. I was like, are you serious or are you messing with me? She's like, no, you look good. Like, that's it. That's it. I'm on this track forever. Never gonna let myself go. So, by the way, this video is about bone broth. Consuming bone broth ain't gonna get you a six-pack. You're gonna have to put a little more into it. However, it's a significant part of it because your diet is as much important, if not more important, than the exercise. I learned this the other day watching a guy named Brandon Carter. Try to give credit where credit's due. He says, you cannot outperform a bad diet or out-train a bad diet. You can out-diet bad training. And so it makes me think of, I've been going to this gym for at least 2 years straight, and you see the same old faces, and you'll start noticing, man, that dude looks exactly the same as 2 years ago. It's his diet. That's what it is. I understand reaching plateaus when you're working out and have to switch it up, but in the world of certainties, possibilities, and probabilities, it's probably his diet. And so after you go work out, don't go get biscuits and gravy. You want to put a 1-2 punch on that workout and not replace all those calories and put you in back in the red. So get your diet straight, and bone broth is an excellent part of that. I'm going to show you how to make an easy recipe right here. Here's a piece of cake. Best $9 you'll ever spend. I'll show you how to get the absolute most mileage out of it. Hey, do not waste this day. Do not waste this day. And I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. All right. Chicken. That's what this episode is about. Chicken. It has dawned on me how important chicken is in my life, from the eggs that I consume every day, chicken that I consume a lot, but we're going to be talking about chicken broth, and I'm going to make some homemade chicken broth, and I'll show you how and why it's good for you. I've just come from the store, and I've got some rotisserie chicken, and usually I'm looking for those buzzwords of like organic and free range and all that stuff. I don't see it on here, but I got it at Earth Fare, and pretty much everything you get at Earth Fare is going to be conscionable. So anyway, that's how I operate. Maybe I can swing it. All right, cool. I did it with one hand. So we're going to take the juices that are in here, and we're going to put them in the pot that we're going to make the broth with. Cool. All right. You can actually recycle this stuff. We'll clean that out later. But yeah, you can recycle these plastic ass bags. There's a place you can take them, in our neck of the woods, you can take them to Lowe's, by the way. Nice to know that that's an option. All right, cool. So we've got the chicken. What we're gonna do is we're gonna break down the chicken, put the meat in here for later. You know, just eat as we see fit. Take the bones, we're gonna make the bone broth. Really, how are we gonna do this? I'm just gonna do it one-handed as best I can here. So we're just pulling the meat and the bones apart, and it's rotisserie, so it's already soft and pretty forgiving. So here's like some cartilage stuff. So at the end of the boil, I give the cartilage to the dogs. The dogs love it and it's good for them. The whole point of this chicken broth thing is, of course, we're extracting the meat and, you know, the protein from the chicken. That's a no-brainer, right? But the purpose of the broth is so good for you. You've got everything you need. Why not chuck it in a pot and add some water and boil the bones? So kind of a spoiler alert, that's all you do to make the broth. But I'll show you and get you through to the end. And it's been working great for this household, and maybe I know it'll work great for yours. If you're not doing it, you got nothing to lose, especially if you eat chicken. So here's a bone, chuck it in. So the boiling process is, what we're doing is we're extracting minerals, amino acids, collagen, we're just getting all the mileage out of that chicken that it possibly has to offer us. All right, so my eggs are ready. All right, so I've covered this actually in a video I made about salad, but we're just gonna let that mellow out for a little bit and continue to cook. We'll take those eggs, we'll put them in a bowl with some water, and I'll add those to the salad I'm making. So, continuing the meat extraction. You're trying not to eat them while you're doing this. That's pretty hard. My favorite part of the chicken is the drumstick, and it's hard for me to not eat one right now. And I'll save a little bit of the skin for the doggies. Not a lot. So there's a piece of bone, chuck that in there. Some of this bone has some skin on it. I do the best I can, but I'm not going to beat myself up. I want it to, I want it to taste good. I'm not a monk. No disrespect to monks. If I met a monk, I would take him out for ice cream. All right, so here's a nice piece right there with lots of the connective tissue, the ligaments and stuff like that. So we're gonna boil that out. That's what we want to get into our bodies, and the best way to do it is through making chicken broth. I mean, why do you think chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup for the soul, all that stuff? Everybody knows that chicken broth is good for you, and what makes up chicken noodle soup? Chicken broth. That's what we're making right now. When you go to the Japanese restaurant, the Benihana style, and the very first thing they bring you out is some broth, that's chicken broth. It's good stuff. It tastes good and it's good for you, and that's the whole trick. That's what I'm trying to do, is find stuff that is good for me, but also tastes good. To me, that's the trick. If we're out here just suffering through everything, it's gonna be doubly hard to improve. If we can take pleasure in the journey, like the salad that I make after every workout, I look forward to that more than ice cream, really. And I found a trick to where it tastes good and it is good for you. I'm gonna link that video in the notes here below, so be sure and check that out. It'll help you out. Because so many people screw up their salads with the dressing. They put they overload it, particularly with the ranch dressing. And if that's what you need to get started to fall in love with salads, okay. At least start there, that's fine. I'm not gonna beat anybody up over that. But don't stay there. Secret to salad is just a little mustard and a little olive oil. That's all you need for a dressing. Anyway, I show it all in the salad video. All right, so here's a nice chunky bone in the pot. And we got a lot of chicken left. So now, here's the white meat, the breast meat area. I don't know if you don't know much about chicken. They talk about the dark meat is typically going to be the legs, the thighs, and the drumsticks, and the white meat is going to be the breast area. People talk about the tastier meat. The tastier meat to me is the dark meat, the thigh, the leg. Probably the white meat is better for you, the breast, but I'm not persnickety. You know, it's kind of like people who separate egg whites from the egg yolks, because the egg yolks, they have more fat in them. I haven't gotten that far in my journey to separate those. I just eat them all, because everybody knows that fat is delicious. So at least let's try to choose the best fat we can, whether it's avocado fat, got that good fat from egg yolks, and you gotta have the dark meat from the chicken. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. There's considerably more white meat on a chicken than dark meat, so that's why I'm eating it all. And we're about done, and I'll show you what we got. All right, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to get too much further. So here is essentially the carcass. Here is the skin. I'll chuck probably half of the skin and give this to the doggies. All right, in the pot we go. Doggies will like that. Girls, here's some skins. Come on, come on. Oh, I made a mistake. I'm never gonna get them away from the door now. Eggs are cooked, so I'm gonna put them in water, let them do their thing. By the way, I featured this thing in the salad video that I made. I'll have a link for that egg gizmo if you'd like. I use this thing every day. It's awesome. Okay, cool. So now we have a pot with the carcass and the bones. We have a whole lot of meat to work with here. This will last us a couple of days, and we can spruce up, you know, like vegetarian dishes and stuff. For example, we do this purple carrot thing a lot, and purple carrot is vegetarian. So, you know, there's no law that says if you make a vegetarian dish, you can't add some protein to it. You know, some chicken will really spruce up your dish, in my opinion. Fill her up. All right. Low heat, hour or two, get the thing going. And then you might want to reduce it. Anyway, I'll show you a trick or two after it warms up in a good bit. I couldn't help myself. I wanted to go ahead and cook dinner in advance for tonight. And this is of the purple carrot, stuff that you get. Purple carrot is vegan. And so if anybody's watching this that's affiliated with them, they're probably saying, dude, you're missing the point, because I'm getting ready to integrate chicken into this vegan stuff that is delicious. It does not need chicken. I'm not the type of guy that likes to color inside the lines. So I've got this great chicken, and I'm just going to integrate it into the dish. Add a little protein. We'll season it up here. There we go. Make this dish a little more better with some chicken stock that we've already got ready already. And a little trick that I like to do along the way is take a potato masher and just crunch down on these bones and cartilage and just sort of open them up a little bit, because we're trying to get the goodies that are inside of the bones and cartilage into the broth and ultimately into our bodies. So, a little trick I came up with. Back on the eye. Keep the party going. And meanwhile, we're cooking this dish up. Lemon masoor dal, if you're interested in purple carrot. You know, it's good stuff. Does not need meat, but anyway, that's what I do. Making here. I think bone broth is good for you, but I'm not really good at articulating why, so we got the Googles to help us here. So it says it's going to reduce inflammation and build muscle when combined with daily exercise. Well, that's good news, because I exercise daily. Promotes a healthy gut microbiome, improve joint pain, and support skin health. Let's not gloss over healthy gut microbiome. That's a big deal. There is intelligence in your gut. I do know that much. I do retain some really cool factoids every now and again, and because of that intelligence in your gut, it can affect your mind. You know that you are what you eat. Well, if you're not right in the gut, you could not be right in the mind from time to time. It's science. It's not woo stuff, and I'm not burning incense right here. Chicken broth made in this way is also recommended for folks suffering with irritable bowel syndrome. top 6 bone broth benefits. I have looked at this, and let me share that with you. Contains bones, connective tissues, etc. It is highly nutritious. Well, we knew that, but why is it highly nutritious? Well, it's got these goodies in it. It's got the bone marrow, which has iron, vitamins A and K, fatty acids, selenium, zinc, manganese. It may protect the joints. Well, we got the cartilage and the collagen and inside the bone broth. It may help fight osteoarthritis, which is bone inflammation in layman's terms. It may be an easier way to deliver the same type of collagen along with other helpful nutrients in the body. Cool. It may help reduce inflammation and heal the gut. Well, we've covered that with the cool stuff that I just told you. Such as leaky gut. It may aid sleep. Well, that's good news because occasionally I'll have a mug of that in the evening. It may support weight loss. Hey, that's great. I don't know anybody that doesn't want to lose a pound or two. So lose weight, high in protein, helps the body feel fuller for longer, and supports calorie restriction. Also, it's full of water. Water is a great way to keep you from eating more. Your body feels full. How to make bone broth? Well, I'm covering that for you in this video. Aren't you glad you're watching? I have heard people make extraordinary claims that bone broth has helped with their multiple sclerosis. You can Google that for yourself, but there it is. You might have clicked on this video because of the picture of my abs. Well, a lot more went into that than just drinking bone broth. But do bodybuilders drink bone broth? Apparently they should. After workout, you'll want to replace electrolytes, hydrate and provide your body with a source of protein, collagen and glycine to help soft tissues recover. Is bone broth a fat burner? Can be part of a healthy diet weight loss regime. It's loaded with protein, about 10 grams per serving, can help you feel full for longer. Does bone broth boost testosterone? Well, gentlemen, it does. It stimulates hormone production, including testosterone. Well, I'm sold. I think bone broth is a good thing. It tastes yummy. Oh, ladies, does bone broth increase estrogen? Let's see. Heal your gut and support normal levels of a word I cannot pronounce and regular proper estrogen levels. Looks like it covers everybody for everything. I just don't see a downside. All right, we're going to hop out of here and go to the real world and wrap up this thing for you. All right, so I'm mashing it for a second time. We've got dinner cooked, ready to go tonight, and it's probably been about a touch over an hour. I'm going to take the lid off and sort of let it reduce, basically to concentrate the flavor. All right, dinner is a wrap for tonight. It's got coconut milk in it too. I forgot to tell you about that. Yeah, purple carrot, awesome stuff. And they're probably like going, "Don't help, man." Okay, so while we've got that going, before I forget, if you want to or need to make money from home and you don't want to do anything complicated, you're in luck because I created an online video series that's right here within this channel. All you gotta do is go to the notes that's below this video and click the little thingy, and there's a playlist that'll come up for you, free of charge. If you wouldn't mind hitting like and consider subscribing to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. It doesn't cost you a dime, means the world to me, and I hope it's of help to you. All right, it's been about a couple hours here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull off our broth. Take one more smash action to it. And it's got a kind of nice golden color to it, so I think that's mission accomplished. That we've extracted all the goodness from the bones, put it in the water. Before you know it, you got a broth. Potato masher, yeah, that's mine. That's mine. Feel free to use it. Remember where you got it. All right, cool. This is hot stuff right here. Bring it over here. All right, and you're gonna want, okay, here it is. Strainer and mason jars. So we're actually gonna be, this is like technically canning is what we're doing here. All right, so the strainer caught little, bits and pieces. And so we've got, man, that's a good looking batch right there. All right. And voila, you don't even need to refrigerate that because we've just canned chicken broth. I am gonna refrigerate it, but this is how canned broth is made. All right, let's go ahead and do another one. We'll get this all wrapped up. All right, so we've got a grand total of whatever this is and whatever that is, and then we got an interested dog. Thelma, you'll get yours. Hold on. All right. She likes chicken. What can I say? All right, so I'm gonna enjoy a nice mug of this. Man, it's tasty. I did not add any salt or anything. It is exactly what you saw. So I've gotten into drinking tea in the evening, naturally non-caffeinated tea, but a cup of broth would be great in the evening as well. Man, I'm just really stoked about this for you. So let me wrap this up and show you what we do with all that goodness. And I'm going to enjoy this mug here. Be right back with you through the power of editing. All right, so I'm going to tear off these ligaments, and yeah, see that right there? This stuff right here is, great dog food in my opinion. And of course the bones. Go ahead and we'll put that back in the original chicken bag. All right, so I'm going to need both my hands, and I'm going to go ahead and start separating this stuff out. Okay, Thelma and Louise will be quite pleased there. That's a lot. And of course, there's plenty of meat left over that I wasn't able to pick up on the first round that the girls will get. This is the absolute most I know how to get out of a rotisserie chicken. All right, $9. Got us some extra doggy food that will help the dog's joints and ligaments and whatnot. We got a considerable amount of broth, and that's what it's all about. Broth is super good for you. We're glad about that. And we got a considerable amount of chicken, and with that chicken, we ruined a completely good vegan dish. We didn't ruin it, but anyway. Hey, if you haven't already, by all means, consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. Doesn't cost you a dime, means the world to me. I drop lots of videos out there. Hope it's of help to you. And by the way, if you need to make money from home, just go to the notes below, and I've got a course already ready for you. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye. Yeah.